It's kind of amazing when you think about it. Fethiye, this one city in Turkey, it pulls in something like 600,000 visitors every single year.
Wow.
And on top of that, there's a permanent community, about 7,000 British residents who actually live there.
Yeah, that's fascinating, isn't it? It tells you straight away it's more than just, a quick holiday spot. People fall in love with it enough to stay.
Exactly. So today on the Deep Dive, we're really going to get into Fethiye. It's this beautiful place on Turkey's southwest coast, right where the Aegean meets the Mediterranean.
Sounds idyllic already.
It does think a stunning nature, heaps of history, and it's surprisingly easy to get to, just like a 45-minute drive from Dalaman Airport.
Okay, that's convenient.
So our mission today, we want to unpack what makes Fethiye tick. We're looking at the must-see attractions, some of those swanky 5-star hotels, the gorgeous beaches, obviously, and how hotel prices might change depending on when you go.
Right, and maybe why it's such a hit with Europeans, too.
Definitely. We'll touch on that as well, because understanding all this, the sites, where to stay, the seasons, it really helps you, the listener, figure out how to plan your perfect trip there.
Absolutely. Tailor it to what you want.
So imagine you've just arrived. Where do you even start? For me, I always think a walk along the waterfront just instantly puts you in vacation mode.
Good starting point. And apparently, Fethiye's promenade isn't just one long thing. It's like 3 connected sections, each with its own kind of feel.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so up north, you've got Çelliş Beach. Now, the guide says it's stony shores.
Pebbles, maybe.
Yeah, pebbles, probably. Which might not sound like prime sunbathing turf, but it means the water is usually super clear and calm. Great for a morning swim or, catching one of those amazing sunsets Çelliş is apparently famous for.
Okay, noted. Sunsets at Çelliş. What's next?
Then you get to the central bit, Fethiye Cordon. This sounds more like grassy parks, a bit more chilled, maybe where you'd grab a traditional Turkish breakfast deal.
Ooh, yes, please. Or some seafood later on.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then the southern part, the boardwalk, takes you from Usur Mumku Park towards the marina.
Right, the marina. Boats.
Exactly. Charter boats? These pirate boats? I'm curious about those.
Me too. What are they like?
Who knows? Sounds fun, though. And proper sailing yachts, too. Plus, guess what? More seafood restaurants.
Naturally. And you mentioned Usur Mumku Park. There's something else there, too.
Yeah. Tucked away at the northern end is this Çelliş Natural Park and Bird Paradise. It's like a little island sanctuary with loads of different bird species.
Oh, lovely. For nature lovers.
Totally. And they've even got jungle gyms and workout stuff nearby, so it kind of caters to everyone.
Now, you can't really talk about Turkey without mentioning tea and coffee, can you? I was genuinely floored to read Turkey consumes the most tea per person in the world.
It's massive, isn't it? It's just part of everyday life. You see it everywhere, those little tulip-shaped glasses filled with strong black tea, often with sugar, but you don't have to, and it's super cheap. It's such a simple thing, but so central. And then there's Turkish coffee, obviously, that thick, unfiltered brew.
Made in the cheve, that little long-handled pot. It's a whole ritual.
Right. The guide even points out some specific cafes. Servos Coffee Roasters at Çelliş Beach for the views.
Nice.
48 Coffee Garden. Sounds good if you need to get some work done or just want cake.
Always a good reason.
And Kuşa Kahve Fethiye near the Amintus Rock Tombs. Sounds cozy.
Yeah, see how they offer different vibes? A view, a workspace, something near the history, plus cafes in the old town's Fethiye Plaza.
So, plenty of choice.
Loads. Even just grabbing a tea from a cart by that bird park shows how easy it is to find.
Okay, switching gears completely. Let's talk about Kayakoy, the ghost town.
Ah, yes. Quite a contrast.
It's described as this abandoned Greek village, just stone houses and churches left standing, like stepping into an open-air museum.
It sounds incredibly atmospheric, a bit sad, maybe, but fascinating history right there.
Yeah.
A real visual of the region's past. Definitely gives you pause for thought. Okay, now for maybe the most famous spot. Oludeniz and the Blue Lagoon.
The iconic one, the postcard shot.
Totally. So the lagoon itself, Kumburna Beach, it's a nature park, right? So you pay to get in, rent umbrellas, looks stunning, but potentially crowded.
Yeah, that's the trade-off, especially peak season. But the guide suggests it's good for families, maybe in the shoulder season when it's a bit quieter.
Makes sense. And right next door is Belçikiz Beach.
Yep, that's the public beach. Small rocks, calm water again. Sounds like it has a bit more buzz, though, with a beach bar and volleyball down one end.
Okay, options depending on your mood. And what about underwater? Snorkeling, diving?
Yeah, opportunities for both. Visibility is meant to be pretty good. You might not see vibrant coral like the Red Sea, but Mediterranean marine life, maybe even sea turtles if you're lucky.
Ooh, turtles would be amazing.
Yeah.
But the ultimate view has got to be from the air, right? Tandem paragliding over Oludeniz.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge draw. Imagine soaring above that coastline.
It's just incredible. Do you need, training for that? Or
Nah, for tandem, you're strapped to an instructor. They do all the work. You just hang there and try not to scream too much while taking in the view.
Okay, maybe I can handle that then. The guide also mentions Kidrak Beach and some smaller coves on the road to Fethiye.
Right. Quieter spots for swimming if you want to escape the main crowds.
And for the really outdoorsy types, camping near Butterfly Valley Beach.
Yeah, that sounds like a proper adventure, getting right back to nature.
Okay, let's circle back to those sunsets. We mentioned Hillside Beach. Sounds like the place to be.
Seems like it. That mix of people, locals fishing, British retirees, holidaymakers all watching the sun go down over the water. The guide mentions beach bars, music. Sounds like a great atmosphere.
And get this, a scene from James Bond, from Skyfall, was filmed there.
No way. Really?
Yep. How cool is that? Plus, on a clear evening, you might see the silhouette of Rhodes or Kizil Island.
Wow. That adds another layer, doesn't it? Movie locations and distant islands.
It really does. It feels like people in Fethiye really embrace the outdoors. Picnics seem to be a big thing.
Yeah, just setting up folding chairs and a table by the water, enjoying some snacks and tea. Sounds very relaxed and social.
Where do people do that?
Well, Hillside Beach, Oludeniz, Shithit Fethiye Bay Parka are mentioned, and also just pulling over at scenic spots along the road to Fethiye, looking out over that turquoise coast.
Lovely. And with a coast like that, you have to talk about boats. Lots of islands just offshore, apparently.
Oh yeah, the coastline is rugged, perfect for sailing, lots of boat trips available.
From where?
Ushur Mumku Park or the marina seem to be main departure points for island trips. And those pirate ships.
Still thinking about those pirate ships.
Me too. And also trips from Oludeniz, heading to places like Butterfly Valley that are hard to reach otherwise.
And they usually include swimming stops and food.
Typically, yeah. Lunch or snacks and drinks are often part of the deal.
Sounds like a great day out.
Yeah.
Are there more active options?
Sure, sea kayaking is mentioned, or even multi-day sailing trips if you're really adventurous.
And if you want a bit of history mixed with the scenery, a day trip to Dalian.
Yeah, that sounds brilliant. Seeing the Kaunos ruins, that waterside amphitheater, and those amazing tombs of the kings carved into the cliffs along the river.
Wow. Okay, that's definitely on the list. And finally, just practically, getting around Fethiye itself.
Seems pretty straightforward. You can walk a lot of it. Then there's the Dolmus system, those shared minibuses. Easy to use, just need cash or a transport card.
Okay.
And there are even water taxis. Like, you can get one across to Hillside Beach. Quite scenic.
Nice. So lots of ways to explore. Okay, let's shift gears a bit and talk accommodation. Specifically, the high-end 5-star hotels. What does that mean in Fethiye?
Well, generally 5-star means extra luxury, right? More facilities, higher level of service, maybe multiple pools, spas, different restaurants, that kind of thing.
And the guide points out a few specific ones in Fethiye. Club Tawana, all-inclusive. Private beach is a plus there.
Definitely. Liberty Signa also gets a mention beachfront again, central, gardens, private beach area too. Seems like private beaches are quite common for the top spots.
Yeah, a nice perk. Accra Fethiye Tui Blue Sensatori Ultra All-Inclusive is listed as popular. That suggests people really rate it.
Must be doing something right. Then there's the Yacht Classic Hotel Boutique class. This one sounds a bit different, maybe more intimate. Gets exceptional reviews.
Boutique class, yeah. Seafront, pool, sauna, Turkish bath. Sounds very relaxing.
It does. Maybe less sprawling than the big all-inclusives. And then Jiva Beach Resort Ultra All-Inclusive. That's in Coca-Colas. Sounds like it has everything. Fridges restocked daily.
Ooh, nice touch.
Swim-up rooms, 24-hour service, private beach again.
And Hillside Beach Club. Saw that mentioned in a vlog, apparently. Lots of facilities, private beach.
Yeah, seeing it on video can really give you a feel for a place. And good tip to check sites like Holiday Check and Booking.com, too, for more options and deals.
Absolutely. Okay, we've mentioned beaches a few times, but let's focus on them. Fethiye seems blessed with beautiful coastline.
It really does. We talked about Shalusha Beach Stony, great sunsets, Kumburnu Beach inside the Blue Lagoon,
Right.
Belchakiz Beach in Ludeniz, which is sandy.
What else? Kidrak Beach near Butterfly Valley.
Yep. And Patara Beach sounds amazing. Longest beach in Turkey, white sand. Imagine walking along that.
Oh, wow. That sounds incredible. Any others?
A few more mention. Kuleli Beach, also white sand, has BBQ facilities. Büyük Samanlık Plajı sounds nice, friendly, affordable, shady spots. And some smaller ones like Küçükbükü Koyu and Karal Plaja. So loads of variety.
And it's good to know some of the main ones. Oludeniz, Çalış, Patara, Istuzu have blue flag status.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Means they meet high standards for cleanliness and water quality. Gives you peace of mind.
Definitely. So thinking about booking one of those lovely hotels near those gorgeous beaches, what about prices? Do they vary a lot through the year?
You can bet they do. It follows the weather, mostly. Mid-June to mid-September, that's peak summer, peak tourist season.
Hottest weather, biggest crowds.
Exactly. So hotel prices are almost certainly going to be at their highest then, supply and demand.
Right. And the opposite, in winter, late November to late March.
Yeah, cooler weather, not really beach season for most people, so prices will likely be much lower, fewer tourists around.
Okay. What about the bits in between, spring and autumn?
The shoulder seasons, April to mid-June and mid-September to late October. Often the sweet spot weather can still be lovely, maybe fewer crowds than summer, and prices potentially a bit more moderate than peak season.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So booking ahead seems key, especially for summer.
Oh, definitely, especially for popular places. Booking in advance, checking deals on sites like booking.com. That YouTube video even mentioned early booking discounts, worth looking into.
Always good to save a bit of money. Finally, who is actually going to Fethiye? We started by mentioning that big British contingent.
Yeah, 7,000 residents, 600,000 visitors a year. It's clearly hugely popular with Brits. Çalış Beach was specifically mentioned as a favorite for British retirees and holidaymakers.
Right. And some hotels get shout-outs from European guests in reviews.
Seems so. Yacht Classic Hotel had a good review from someone from Australia, Jiva Beach Resort from UK visitors. And obviously, hotels listed on big UK travel sites like TUI show the market demand.
So it probably follows that hotels with good ratings, and importantly, staff who speak good English, which the guide implied is fairly common, are going to be popular choices for Europeans.
Makes sense. Good reviews from people like you, easy communication. It all helps when you're booking somewhere unfamiliar.
Well, this has been quite the deep dive. Fethiye really sounds like it has so much going for it. That mix of incredible nature, deep history, the lovely, simple culture like the tea and coffee.
And such a range of places to stay and beaches to explore, from luxury resorts to these little coves.
Yeah, and knowing that the seasonal price shifts is super useful for planning. It really does seem to cater to all sorts, doesn't it? History buffs, adventurers, beach lovers.
Absolutely, it's got that wide appeal.
So listening to all this, what grabs you the most? Is it wandering through the quiet streets of Kayakoy? Is it the thrill of paragliding over that amazing blue water? Maybe just chilling on Patara Beach? Or is it that blend of Turkish culture and the international crowd?
Lots to think about. It really does feel like a place with many different facets to discover.
Maybe it's time to start planning your own Fethiye adventure. We'd love to hear what you think, or if you have any questions after listening. Have you been? Is it on your list now? Let us know.